Yo, what's up? I have no idea basically what I'm gonna say, like what I'm gonna tell or anything, regarding this. I guess like a recording mandatory, like a demanding thing, that I have to do now. So, I guess like it's not that mandatory as I was in the campus though. So I have to do this like mandated by our supervisors, officers. I guess they're in the campus, so they're working on their own path. So kind of like to yeah, like do like the task or duty, I guess. So yeah, and I don't know, man, just like turn on like in this recording device here in my smartphone though, like I have to maybe produce something meaningful, like impactful, like useful to take away of to for another people, I guess, like for me personally. I just want to talk, I just want to like tell a story or anything, tell talk with myself, like for most of the time that I've like just I encounter in life. So basically I did that, and I talked with so many people online, like back in let's say the most, I guess, the most active I am in social, in like a online like kind of talking platform, I guess, like since the last maybe two years ago. I actively like talking with someone else, with strangers online, that I've met in like one time. I've never talked with anybody for like maybe twice or twice or three times. I just talk with them like by the means of first match. I don't have to kind of like put my kind of like efforts or anything, because I'm not used to it. I just talk with them, just by the first match, and then yeah, I guess it's turned on the conclusion that I've, something that I have to do, like just do whatever, like as natural as possible. Like you do like as honestly as possible as you guys doing in like real life though. So I'm not get used to it even with the strangers, like maybe um let's say the countryman, or like someone who are actually knowing the real life or anything. So I just do it like as I being natural as possible. That's what I did. And like from since the last 2 years I talk with so many people, like at the beginning though, like back in maybe the first talking stranger I've been encountered in life is, it's been like in, let's say, in 20, in like 2020, in the year of 2020. I was talking with with the first stranger I've met in like an online platform. So it was in like a online talking app basically. We met, we interacted with each others from by the means of like talking, for the first time. And it's like I was talking with Nigerian lady back then in 2020. I just she said that she basically was teacher on like a high school, or I don't know, I'm not exactly know who, what kind of teacher she was. She just said that she's teacher though, like she willing to teach me how to talk, how to like you know how to not making mistake or anything. So I just learn a lot, like by the means of social media, like not social media, not necessarily like social media, I guess. Like I'm not learning it from people, like maybe I just maybe I met someone, I just asking bunch of question how to do this. No, I mean, like I just learn that most of the time are from YouTube, from YouTube videos. I watch them a lot since last maybe I started learning. I don't want to say that I'm learning those, because that gonna be makes all the people that actually learning, but they don't want to be said as learning, because that's gonna makes them, I don't know, man. It's not the mean, like the term of confidence in like a speaking stuff. So you have to kind of like mandate it yourself into the speaking without any hesitation, or just like someone who push you or anything like deteriorate you as you do speaking, you know what I mean? So it's like the way naturally people are, basically they don't want to perceived as a learner. They want to be perceived as someone who used it, basically someone who actually use it and like get involved in it. I'm saying like get there and take this as a part of their life basically. So I don't know. I'm being rushed now, so it's okay. Take time. So I kind of like wanted to being like as natural as possible. When in the beginning I just learning how like from like a YouTube videos, listening so much videos on YouTube like from the first time in 2020. Like I that was the started point. From every I created my social bubble for the first time. I created my online social bubble because I've but to me personally, I'm not gonna say that I'm talking with strangers online. Like it just it just started. It just like actively I maybe let's say actively stalking like a strangers online since last maybe a year and a half. Like since last year and a half ago. So I actively talking, but it's just the natural things that click me on. And I just when I said, oh, I need the language, I need to talk in like this foreign language. So I just came to the conclusion that I have to do it because in the future, or in at the end of the day, I'm gonna need that for my career, or for my like I'm gonna do it for my career path, to making it whatever it's going on, because I'm just gonna need that, like just wanted to be being part of the career, basically. That's as simple as that. That's what most people thinking of, so I did that, and I just realized that, oh, it's really this language is very catch up, this language is very like I have to like put in my mind that I need that, especially like speaking, like it's really important for me, like personally. Maybe I got information from the radio, or let's say like VHF radio on the ship, so I have to like you know like in like perceive the messages, though, like I have to like put that in my mind. I have to understand most of them, not necessarily most of them. I'll say like it's not only most of the messages, I guess, but you have to understand words, word per words, basically. So that I did that, like I try to understand word per words type of listening, kind of like listening ability, I guess. So I came on it like listening, at the beginning of me like learning it. And at the first time though, it was so hard. Like I was in like in podcast videos on YouTube, like I have to like I turn on the subtitles, like in English subtitles, and then it's like it was very hard how to I have most of the words that came up, like that pop up in like below the screen. It was so hard to like kind of like catch up to actually acknowledge what is the words, like unfamiliar. Most of them are unfamiliar for me personally. So I did like more research on it. Like I found like a new words basically for the first time like in 2020. Like I learned everything. I learned how to talk. I learned how to like do anything in this language though. It was started in 2020, all of them. Before that, I just only speak like yes or no, and that's it, so I don't want to like being person who actually like oh, like a perceive, or maybe you like I remember my friend, he kind of like told me that, oh, he told me in like maybe the lecture, I forgot. So he told me, he told the lecturer, or he told to the friend, basically, oh, I'm it's I'm maybe he's not sure, but he just said that, like maybe this guy is learning it, this guy are used it in the home basis. No, I will say no, I've never used it in the home basis. Like I just I speak it online, never in real life. So that's gonna be weird though to speak in real life, because that's unnatural. That's what not supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe in my family though, like I've the first time, like maybe let's say like in 2020, I was my mom and my dad doesn't didn't really kind of like believe on me like are you really good on it. I would say no. I'm just learning though. I just I still in progress to be honest. And I said that, and he like my brother like he my bro younger brother 2 years younger of me, so he basically want at the like a English speech basically, and my mom wanted me to talk with him basically, and just and I realized that he was so demanding because that was my first time talking, really my first time. But before that though, like I was just like only talking by myself, like maybe let's say like in front of the mirror, I talk in front of the mirror or just in my room, in the room, like sitting by myself, like there's no one else. I just talking kind of strangely, like a weird kind of weirdo talking in the room by himself, so that's it, man. Like just turn into a conclusion that it's gonna be easier if we are used it, if we are applied it to like a real life or anything. So if we are, the language is not strictly about how you actually like solving the Rubik's cube, or how you actually solving this kind of like theorem of like a Pythagoras or anything like that. So it's just not like that. So the language is the way you communicate, the way you express your feeling, the way live your life basically. That's it. And I don't want to like being full of it, basically. So yeah, I did that. I'm making conversation, like a short conversation with him basically the first time. And my mom told me, oh, you're already good at it. No, I said I just I learning though, like it was my six I guess like yeah, 6 months learning. At the beginning I learning it. So yeah, I mean, just like to me, like all of them started when I realized that, oh, I'm gonna need that. I have to actually learn that from the scratch. And then what I did that is just like watching many random YouTube videos, like most of the time, because I have nothing to do, like maybe let's say in like COVID-19 pandemic like a pandemic times back then, like a lockdown and everything. So I've nothing to actually do, like maybe no, let's say I'm gonna going out, or anything, like as a normal people, like going out or just catch up some air on outside, basically I don't have to do it, because it's gonna be super risky, or just like it's not usual at the time basically. So yeah. And yeah, I just come into a realization that I have to like do something meaningful, that impactful, maybe to not now, maybe in the future, or the time that I'm gonna need that really well, so I have to do it now, like learning everything from the scratch, I guess. So I did that. I watched so many, let's say in a day, like 24 hours, right? So in 24 hours I go praying 5 times a day, and outside of that I go like taking my meal, like a breakfast, lunch, and supper. So outside of that I'll just like end up in like YouTube videos, watch a bunch of them, most of the time basically, because I've free connection in my home, because there is no worries about. So I just whatever like a resolution of these videos, maybe let's say 1080 is gonna be fine. So there's no doubt, there's no like no worries about like a stuff. I'm sorry, I just burping. So just that's, I'm not getting used to like long talking before. I just talking to strangers online. But the maximum time I was talking with stranger online was 4 hours, because what, this person really engaging. This person was super like entice me a lot, because this person is not a guy, is like a she, I would say, because she's yeah, women. So yeah, and more entice me because she's women. So yeah, I just the maximum time I talk with strangers online was 4 hours, and I skip my I skip my like a noon time praying basically. So because of her, oh my God, it's just I felt so sinful back at the time, and yeah, I just like that, like watching most, like anything, videos, like people are talking in front of camera, whatever they talk, whatever they're telling, even that's not meaningful at all. That doesn't make sense to your life. It's doesn't matter. Just like talk, just like listen to their stories, listen to their speech, listen whatever comes to their mouth, and that's all. And I did that like in 20, yeah, and in this came over like maybe in 2021, because I did my first internship ever. I did my like a yeah, workplace, I guess. But it's not necessarily that I have to do work. I have no responsibility because I just cadet in the tanker ship, huge tanker ship at the time. I don't know. It's still now. So yeah, and I have no idea basically what I'm gonna do. Like I just in the in COVID era, like 2020 2021, I have nothing to do. Like maybe let's say I have just do it. Just wanna execute what I'm gonna. Maybe that's kind of like investment, I guess. The most kind of like the most good investment in my life, I guess. When you're investing knowledge, I guess, when you're investing, maybe you're learning. That's a learning is the best investment ever, and that's all. I believe that, and I am gonna take that in my mind forever, I guess. So yeah, learning, never stop learning in your daily basis. It's just like learning and progressing, you know what I mean? So you don't have to, oh, I'm not feeling enough now. It's okay, man. Like you just take another chances, like maybe let's say like tomorrow, and like another times, another day, another year, what, let's say, just in one day. You don't have to lose yourself, you know what I mean? So you have to do something in a day, something meaningful. If you don't like oh, I can't do this, it's okay. I can't do like other people do, like in my age, whatever. So you just do something else. Be yourself. They said that, but yeah, it's sometimes true, sometimes not. Be yourself. And I heard from the one richest person in Indonesia. He said that I don't know, like he said, like kind of like oh, in I heard from TikTok. All right, so I just he has like a short clip of podcast videos on TikTok, and then like he said that do something in like like on not do something. He said that um don't be yourself. If you be yourself, you're gonna do your hobbies most of the time. You don't have to be yourself, but be responsible. Be someone who's responsible, who take care of someone around you, I guess. So yeah, and that's all, man. Like he's very inspirable. He's one of he's the most richest one on Indonesia. So he's super inspirable. Like the way, even though like it's just like a short clip, it was so heart touching to me, you know what I mean? So I just came to the conclusion. Oh, it's maybe probably the one of the best quote in my real life. In my life. So I just like I kind of like making conclusion that I have to maybe oh, I'm gonna apply that to actually in being the part of my life, I guess. So yeah, it's totally fine. You know what I mean? To adapt. Anything that someone said, just maybe let's say take something meaningful for you. All right, so if someone many random people say like a good thing, take conclusion that I've maybe you can apply this or not, whether you can apply this this said or not, you know what I mean? So just be like adaptive, being like water. Water can flow, but it cannot be. Water is like I guess like a formless. Be water, like a Bruce Lee said. yeah, to be like a water is just like the form of like a water is super formless, but the water can adapt, or whenever place this water go, maybe let's say in the teacup and the water become like a teacup shape, as as per shape, you know what I mean. So if the water goes to maybe let's say any any shape place, basically let's say in the bottle, in a bottle of water, and then the water becomes forming the bottle, basically be water, be adaptive, be don't be strictly in yourself, you know what I mean. So be like formulas, that's what Bruce Lee said, on his super philosophical interview. And yeah, man, like I don't know, it's already 20 minutes. Oh my god, I just losing my words. What I'm gonna say now. All right, so back at the time, let's continue the story. Back at the time, I, like just learning it, basically, and then just watching most random videos. Like very first time I learned that is just by memorizing the vocabularies and stuff. I learned that I got that from the dictionary. You know what I mean? So I just put that in my notebook. You know, everything that I found on dictionary that I found that really meaningful or maybe catchable for, let's say, real conversation. Back at the time I still translating. I can't even like do naturally like now, basically, because now is my mind's programmed for conversation, for like a talking, like for real direct conversation, I guess. So yeah, I mean, like it's pretty different. I'm no longer translating anymore, so yeah. And back at the time I still translating everything. I put that on my notebook, and it's like jotting it down there. So like whatever, I just memorizing whatever words came from the dictionary. I just memorize it. I found that really meaningful. It sounds like catchable for a real conversation. I just like do, like maybe yeah, like apply that, memorize, and I wish, I wish I can apply that for real conversation, I guess. So yeah, I did that. And nextly, I yeah, that's all, man. Like I'm memorizing it the first time, and then it's I'm not recommended it, because I'm learning it in my adult life. I have to do it. I have to. That's what someone said on his in YouTube channel. If you're learning the language in your adult life, you have to be direct learning it. You have to deliberately learning it. Intentionally. When you started learning maybe below 10-year old, you just being adaptive, you just say whatever you want. No pressure. There is much time for you to learning some weird things in the language. Let's say you're learning how to do whatever weird conversation, I guess. So you can do it, still maybe in your below 10-year old age. But if you're learning it as adult, it's more difficult, it's more challenging, it's more like you need more struggle, you need more like courage, you need more like emphasis, to do it actually, like um kind of actually execute the term of learning, basically. Yeah. And yeah, just learning it by just direct learning, like alternatively, you can do like maybe translation or something at the beginning, but afterwards you don't have to do it any longer time. So yeah. And yeah, I did that. um like you don't have to like put, because I did that because I'm gonna need that. And I feel if I'm not learning it, if I'm not master it, I'm probably gonna be die, or probably gonna lose my dream or whatnot. So because of that, I pressurize myself so high. Like I pressurize myself so bigly, you can say, like a hugely kind of like pressurized, whatever aspects, in myself, like maybe let's say my brain. That's the most impactful components in your body, I guess. So yeah. And yeah, I just did that, like pressurized, I have to do it this, if I'm not gonna do this, I'm probably gonna be die or something, I just imagine that, oh, maybe I'll get lost in the middle of America, I get lost in the middle of Europe, I have to speak any language, to make people to convey my messages, and that's all. And yeah, I mean, and I think that's all. And thank you. Have a great day.